Hey guys, welcome back to the tutorial on creating Tetris within Minecraft. And in this tutorial we're actually going to start looking at the code, starting with the highest level part of the code, which is the game loop and the user controls. So let's go ahead and take a look at the code that I have set up for the game loop. And I pulled up this little picture here for you. So this is the game loop right here that you see in the code. And let's even go ahead and shrink this a little bit so that you can see. Okay, so here's our game loop. And by the way, when main is run, this is our main function. That's when we set up our game loop. So we have do game loop every 1,000 milliseconds, and this is where we also set up our on break block break event function that handles those user controls. But first, let's go ahead and look at the game loop. So let's go ahead and check it with reference against the flowchart that I made and showed you guys earlier. So the first thing that we're going to do in the game loop, it looks like I left this part out. This evaluation is flipped to true when the user has lost. So the very first evaluation in the game loop is to check if the player has lost yet, and it looks like it's only going to continue in the game loop if the player is not lost. That's what this line does. Now, if the the player has not lost yet, then we're going to go ahead and continue and check if a move is clear, which is analogous to this block here. Can we move down? And if you'll notice all these variables that I have set up: cursor drone, down, current block type, current block orientation, and it's probably good to try and imagine what those things are for. And we'll go into that a little bit more in depth later, but for now we're just going high level. So first we're going to check if the move is clear, and if the move is clear in the direction down, we're going to go ahead and move the block in that direction down. Now let's pretend we're in the case of where this block is all the way down to the bottom. So we're back on the flow chart here, and we can't move down. Okay, so here back in the code, if we can't move downwards, what are we going to do? We're going to place that block, right? So I've built this function that places the block with the current block type and orientation, and then after that we're going to do a function that checks for the row clears. Okay, so let's say we can't move down. We're going to place the block, then clear rows, which is what this does here. And then we're going to spawn we're going to set a current block type to a random integer from 0 to 6. And what this is I've set up what's called enumerative data, which basically the block type represents one of 7 types, either an I, a J, L, T, all those different block types. And the integers 0 through 6, when we're checking current block type, represent those letters. So it's just a way to represent that data and track the current game state. Okay, so we're setting the new block type to some random new block, and we're resetting our cursor drone. In other words, we're moving a cursor drone, which I haven't explained yet, which is fine. But all it means is we're moving the current block rendering box, if you will, to the top. We're moving it back up to the spawn point. So the cursor drone is used to spawn those blocks, and we're moving that back up to the top. And what we're going to do here is we're going to check if we're going to move the cursor drone up. And the way that we're evaluating if the spawn location is taken is we're checking if a move down can be performed once this cursor drone has been reset. And if we cannot move down, so you see this not operator here, if we can't move down, then we're going to go ahead and set the lost condition to true and send a little message saying, yes, you lost, and return from this function. So we're not going to do anything else if the player has lost. Okay, otherwise we're going to go ahead and move the cursor drone back downwards and draw the block up in its spawn location. So we need to tell the application to go ahead and render the block now. It's all clear. You know, the move is clear, so we can go ahead and draw the block. Okay, and why don't we go over the user controls next time at that high level. So thanks for watching, guys.